Hello everyone, welcome to our weekly real estate show. I'm Jamie Huggins.
I'm Andrew Lynn.
Hey, we're with ERA Davis & Lynn, but we're real estate professionals who's passionate about the business of real estate and helping agents grow and develop their businesses. So we've got a lot of things we're going to talk about in the coming weeks, but today we just want to introduce ourselves and talk a little bit about what we do and who we are.
Yeah, now we're used to being in front of a camera on Zoom calls with the life that we're living now, so we thought we've been sharing it with our team and our company, and just kind of thought we'd share our information and passion and pass along the information to everybody.
Yep, so starting on Monday at 11 a.m. we'll come up on Facebook Live. We'll post these on YouTube, and we invite anybody's questions, comments, topics, things you want to talk about. We love to talk about it. But let's talk a little bit kind of how we got to know each other, how we got into this business, and if you want to talk to how we met through the Ascend program.
Sure. So I started off in the real estate development business, 16 plus years ago. Started off there, started listing and selling. Came into on the broker side of the business probably about 4.5, 5 years ago.
Yeah, but there's one thing. Weren't you Rookie of the Year?
I was. I don't talk about that, but yeah, I was Rookie of the Year for the first year in my first full time in the residential brokerage business. And actually, funny you say that. Jim Lynn, the other brokers, he asked me when I first got in the business. He said, "What's your goal? What's your passion? What do you want to do? I said, "I'm going to be Rookie of the Year for the whole country." And he's like, "Well, I don't want you to be disappointed if you don't get it, but that's a great goal." And yeah, I did do it. So thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, but so I did that for a couple of years. I was sent to the, so ERA is owned by Realogy Corporation, and ERA, Better Homes and Gardens, Sotheby's, Century 21, and Coldwell Banker. And so was asked to go to the Ascend Leadership Executive Training Program for about a year, and I was in the third cohort, and was very blessed to be able to do that. It was able to help me lead myself, lead an organization, and lead others, which I think is very important in this industry, obviously. And I always joke that I was able to learn more about also how to run my family. I've got 2 little girls and a wife, and it really helped me to lead just individuals, lead myself, learn more about myself, and also, of course, with the real estate brokerage business. So, and then you were in the first cohort, right?
Yeah. And for those folks that aren't familiar, Realogy Corporation is the largest real estate holding company in the world. A publicly traded company. It owns all the rights to all those brands and franchises. It does own part of itself. But the Ascend program is a program they came up with in order to help develop new leadership, talent, executives, people, brokers who are maybe buying into or taking over companies. Right. And Andrew with Jim Lynn, his dad, in this company, and then I went through it with another company here locally. We were invited to be part of it. But what we found, what became more of it, though, what are some things we got from Ascend that would even more than just the executive training and the learning part of it?
Well, and again, it really helped to dive into emotionally, how we as humans react, how we lead, and how others want to be led, how others want to be helped. And so that was really one of the big keys. And then also, it really gave us, I think you would agree with this, a seat on the bus to see where the real estate industry is going.
That's right.
And to see
from an innovation standpoint.
From innovation, technology, leadership, relationships. And so I really think we're very blessed. I'm very blessed, unfortunately, I think you are, to go through that.
Me being in the first cohort, you being in the third cohort, there was this this element of networking that we didn't even realize. Right. In fact, we laughingly joked about it, but a lot of the best learning happened then after the training in the evening down at the little bar and there in the hotel. But those connections and relationships that we built, and they're into what, the 6th or 7th cohort now, right?
Yeah,
it's a lot of great folks we've been able to network with, and a lot of the information we hope to bring to you guys in the audience.
And my mentor, which was Mike Good, he's the chairman of Sotheby's International, was yours as well. And basically kind of made a recommendation for us to kind of hook up, but definitely was a great, and that's one of the relationships that we got. So what was your big takeaway from Ascend?
Well, I think that the level of knowledge, ability, talent was far exceeded anything I've ever been in a concentrated group before. If you think of like some of these massive networking events and groups that happen across the country in all kinds of different businesses, whether it's hospitality or technology innovation, to be in that room with all those really intelligent, smart, driven people was pretty fascinating. And it had to make sure you stay on your toes.
Well, that says a lot. You being a retired colonel, You having that network of high intelligence, leadership,
right?
That's probably that's a lot.
And that goes to my background. 34 years in the Army Reserve. Just retired as an Army colonel this year. Served all the reserves throughout my career with deployments and mobilizations involved there. But I brought an element of understanding the military mindset. But to be here with these really sharp, innovative, and the entrepreneurial folks, it was neat to kind of start to put all together. And then Andrew and I connected for a lot of different reasons. Just the way we saw the business, the way we saw taking care of agents, the way we saw life and living your life, living an ethical, moral life. There was a real connection that, and Mike Good, our mentor, said was great about pointing that out, putting us together. So,
and I think going back to that, as far as part of that program, our takeaway was, it's not about us, it's about the team. It's about who's around you, and I know and feel like we've got a great team around us, and that's from the agents, from staff to our partners, our families, and so. So it's all about the whole.
Yeah, and some of the things we want to do here too is we want to be able to share, things like reading, things that we read. The Energy Bus, obviously, but Good to Great with Jim Collins is one that we drew on a lot. Through Ascend. The Emotional Intelligence 2.0, highly recommend using that with your organization, whether you have a team or you're a small organization, using that.
Start with Why.
By Simon Sinek, fantastic read. But those are a lot of things that we would read, not only read them, we would dissect them. And you have to do kind of a deep dive and burn your brain up a little bit. As you went through them. So, we got together about almost a year ago. After this time, I've been in the business for 23 years. Started as a real estate sales associate. I helped build a team with another real estate brand. Ultimately got my broker's license in 2006 and started building brokerages and helping agents develop their businesses. Have a huge passion for developing agents' businesses, helping them develop a business plan and take it all the way to fruition.
That's a big part of your why.
It's a big part of my why. I mean, again, you read that book, you get it. In fact, my son's reading that book right now. He's like, Dad, I read the first 2 chapters. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So it's a good book. But understanding your why, I think that's something we'll probably dive deeper into as we go through this. What is it that makes you go? What is it that makes us go? But wife and 2 kids. So some stuff. Boy, girl, 17-year-old twins. And of course our wives connected from the get-go. We'll be glad when COVID's over so we can start hanging out and spending time together, interacting again. But what else did you take from Ascend? Anything else that we can add, we share with these folks?
So one of the things, the company, ERA Davidson's been around 43 years. And so one of the things that was I think part of the big picture for ERA and corporate is how do we take a established company, period, call it Cross Brand, and take it to where things are going. Not just stay in the past, not just stay in the present, but where things are going. So that program really sheds some light on for us, for me, and for you, of where things are going. Where's the industry going? Where are the leaders going? Where's technology? Where are platforms? Where are the leads going? So for me, that's where I think bringing all that in from a team standpoint and really sharing that, regardless of where you are, whether you're brand new, whether you're seasoned, whether you got a team, 4 or 5, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We hope to be insightful on where things are going and share that information like we do with our team. So I hope that's very impressive. I read an article recently that a 101-year-old brand out in California did the same thing. They realized it would be good to affiliate with a big national brand as one of those 5 brands. And they're 101 years old. It's a great brand established in the market with leadership, but they wanted to take their business to the next level. So that's what we really want to be able to bring that to the market and share it with everybody.
Yeah. And that's a great point. I think what we all tend to do in any business, but specific in the real estate business, is we kind of get siloed into where our businesses are and what's been successful. And even when things aren't successful, we kind of get stuck in what we do. And what Ascend and getting out to network with people from across the country is like, hey, there's a lot of different ways to do things. Yeah. So what's picking out those best practices, and how can we take them into our vision, for a company, our culture for a company, and how do we adapt and pull those pieces into it so it serves our agents better?
Right. And again, part of that is, where's technology, where are the platforms, where are the new trends of what's going on, but how is that going to relate to an individual agent who wants to build a sustainable business for themselves, whether that be make X a number of years or dollars a year, or make Y. It doesn't matter, or have the freedom to do what they want to do. So really finding that why with the agent and helping them with the platforms that are available in the industry. In the industry.
Right. And understanding is, sometimes in this industry we tend to think it's broker and agent and these two separate, kind of pieces of it. And what we've learned and realized and brought to our company here specifically is how that becomes a partnership.
Right.
So how do you blend, the needs of the brokerage and the needs of the agent together to make it something
to leverage it.
That's really connected, and that's a big part of. Hopefully, we can share here that we're trying to do.
Yeah,
learning every day, right?
Yeah, learn every day, give information. Again, being used to the camera now and being used to this, we want to be able to put more content out there that hopefully you can listen to. We both listen to podcasts and books and stuff, and we want to continue to pump that information and give information to our team and to you. Hopefully you find something good out of it, or find little nuggets that you can make it your own and go from there.
So one of the things we're going to share over the next couple weeks, and I want to make sure that I don't miss anything that we're having conversations about. We look at, there's 6 things that the agents want from the brokerage. Things that we every day will struggle and succeed at providing. We want to talk through those things. Technology, and more specifically the integration of technology in the real estate business. Comprehensive training and education. Reliable and responsive support systems, and how you bring those into the digital platform.
Right.
The brand, which Andrew alluded to, and the rigors of the brand, the importance of that, how you use it. Compensation structures, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about compensation structures, and ultimately culture. So next week we'll do a deep dive into integrated technology, and we'll get into some details, things that we've brought into, things that some of them we just bumped into in the last number of weeks and months.
It's been a blessing.
So, absolutely. As we've dealt with COVID. So what are some things, I guess, that you have a passion for talking about in terms of the real estate business that you hope that we can kind of dig into?
Yeah, I like always learning, and Carol Davis, who used to be, or she was one of the brokers who started this company, she always thought I was going to be a coach one day. I played college baseball, and always thought I was going to be a coach, and I always laughed at her. But I always look at that. I love, I don't want to say training, but coaching, inspiring, helping individuals achieve
what they want. Get back to that why.
So really, but bringing that information to the public, to agents, and really doing that, then also where things going. We've been LinkedIn and been fortunate to be able to be on some front end of some technologies and platforms that are going to be able to help agents. Just an interview with Real Trends last week, and so we're just really trying to get that and bring that to the public, because it's changing. I mean, COVID's changed and put the digital world in front of our faces. 10 years ahead of schedule, 5 years ahead of schedule. So we're really looking forward to that, and just giving information. We're not pros here. We're not used to the camera. We're not actors here, but definitely looking forward to doing that and leaning into that, and really hopefully being a resource. And if I would just say this, one of the things that I always try, regardless of what it is, whether it be listing presentation, whether it be running 3 miles, whether it be raising your kids, whatever it is, really I try to do this personally, is to enjoy the process of whatever you're going through. It doesn't matter if it's good, bad, ugly, just embrace it, you'll learn from it, and once you find your why, like we talked about, it'll all fall in place. There's a reason why things happen in the practice.
You brought up a good point, because you talked about the COVID and the reactions of the industry to that, and some of it's knee-jerk, but some of it's needed to happen. It's being accelerated. I was actually just watching an interview today this is August 4th, if you will, with Open Door and Brad Inman, the CEO of Open Door. And the CEO of Open Door basically said COVID is making his industry more relevant than our industry, in so many words, because he believes that the push to digital and virtual is making them more relevant, the customer needing them. We believe that Open Door and iBuyers have a place, and we'll do a deeper conversation about that as we go. But we also believe that the real estate professional, and the real estate broker and agent is exceedingly relevant, even more so in the world of COVID, providing that local knowledge, information, expertise. And there's ways that we need to adapt to be able to provide that. That's extremely important, and they're not going to be able to take over that space.
And statistically, and not to get ahead of our others, the information is the consumers want whether you be a millennial or whether you be a retiree, they still just want to hold their hand through the whole process. And that's us. So that's
Well, and we believe that it's important that a brokerage stays tuned in
Yep.
to what's out there and also what the agent's needs are. So how do we develop that greater partnership? And hopefully we'll touch on a lot of that as we go through the next.
And when we go live, we'd love to hear from you. Questions, thoughts,
Absolutely.
Comments. Doesn't matter. Again, whether you're brand new going through school, whether you're a seasoned 20-year veteran, doesn't matter. We'd love to hear. We love hearing from our team when we do our Zoom calls, and we've been surprised with the engagement. It's been good just to have that.
Yep, and we'll get better as we go. I use the story as a high school and college basketball referee.
Yeah.
The first time they put me on video and you watched yourself, you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I look like that. But you get better from it. We really are passionate about this, and we're looking forward to sharing with you those questions, those comments. Any folks who are watching, throw them out there. We're happy to take them on. And if we don't know the answers, we'll go find out the answers.
That's right.
We'll use our network.
That's right, exactly. And we'll use our network. We'll bring on some guest speakers to be able to hopefully get plugged in, give their expertise on their space, whether it be real estate, non-real estate related. Look forward to getting that going, and more to come. So
starting next Monday, 11 a.m., that's going to be Monday the 10th of August, 11 a.m. Facebook Live. We'll record it, put it on YouTube if you don't get a chance. We welcome all of you guys to come in and join in. We'll start talking about technology and do a deep dive then. It was great hanging out today.
Absolutely.
Look forward to doing the real estate show again next week. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, guys.